Yeah, we can talk after this, and I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
Because I told him, I'm like, I have a friend. We just left this. This is why we left. We're not
Yeah,
playing.
I
We're
want to
not
be
playing another blank, but we will play this if it's good. So.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
Aha, and you're in the beta. Yes, you're in the beta. Yeah. Done.
Woo woo. When is the Rainbow Six beta?
September 24th.
So.
Oh, I guess I am in the States then, but it's like right before.
Where are you heading to again?
Austria.
Going to visit your Nazi cousins?
Yeah, visiting my Nazi cousins.
Austria. Because they were all Nazis.
Yeah. Indeed they were. Every single one of them. Are you guys ready to start?
I'm good.
I'm ready to start.
I was ready to start 35 minutes ago. Not sure if I'm ready to start.
33 minutes ago, technically.
Yeah. I have been streaming for a few minutes. I'm just
Well,
making sure before I really get into it. And I know Lee wants us to get this show done and over with so she can get back to tending her garden in Viva Pinata.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So, I've been trying these new ways of doing openings, Sam, where every week we're set in a different video game. And today, since it's one of the topics that we're going to be talking about, I thought it would be great if we opened the show like this. It's another nerdy night as the round table joins you live from the tower, and Oryx is on his way. The darkness is coming. Here to help you fend it off is me, your speaker, Ben Riddick. Joining us as help, being your Dinklebot.
Oh no!
Sam Chen.
No!
Oh, that means he's getting replaced.
It's okay.
And his search for eyes is never ending. Chris
Yep.
Bernani. Tonight, we're going to do a show like we did last week. We're all bringing our own topics to the table, but before we get into that, we're going to start the show the same way we start every show, and that is with our active quests. So what games are you guys playing? What shows are you guys watching? What have you been doing that is nerdy for the last little while? Sam, let's start with you.
It's cheating because you know the answer to this question. In the last week-ish, I have watched all of The Flash. All of it. All one season of it.
How do you like it?
I liked it. I think there was a little bit of cheesiness in the, it's on the CW, so it's naturally going to be cheesy.
Well, and it's The Flash.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
And it's the CW.
I think I thought the storytelling was pretty good. I thought the only real downside was, there was this expectation that I watched Arrow. And I was like, I haven't watched Arrow,
So you were you seriously expecting Flash to be as the same kind of style as Arrow?
No. I'm just saying, they kept trying to weave it in the plot line. And I, as someone who doesn't know that much about Arrow, I was kind of like, who is this Arrow dude?
Oh, so you didn't watch any of Arrow.
Who's this really cute girl? I don't know.
Oh, dude. Felicity is pretty damn.
Exactly. And I'm like, maybe I should watch Arrow. And then Paul told me, he's like, don't watch Arrow. It's basically just Batman. I was like, oh, okay.
I highly enjoy Arrow, though. I think it's a pretty good show. I do agree. It is.
Have you guys heard the thing with Arrow is as you're watching it, and now you'll never be able to unsee it once I tell you this.
Great.
When they're in his Arrow cave, not the Bat cave, but the Arrow cave, and they're discussing everything with his nerdy friends, and then he ignores them and does whatever he wants, like in every episode. When he's ready to suit up, he looks at his suit, and then he grabs his arrow and picks it up. The bow? Sorry, not the arrow. He grabs it and picks it up.
Not the arrow.
And then you see him in the suit. Who picks up their weapon and fist pumps it, then goes, hold on a minute, I'm going to put it down, now I'm going to go get changed. Could you just imagine that actually happening every single time he was about to go out? And it happens in every episode.
He's just making sure. Okay. All right, this feels good. I don't have to fix anything. All right, put it back.
You can rationalize
it
every time.
Because let's be honest, Chris, if the bow is not working, he can't suit up and go
It's pretty straightforward.
So, I mean, it makes perfect sense that he's got to check the bow before.
He doesn't check it. He just fist pumps it.
Well,
He's
yeah,
like, "All right,
that's checking
I'm
it."
rich and I have bows and arrows. He was not my favorite DC hero.
He's not my favorite DC hero either, but I do highly enjoy the TV show. Chris, what have you been doing?
I've actually been doing something that's pretty nerdy this last couple of weeks. Video game wise, I've been playing Hearthstone a lot. Getting ready for the new expansion, which is going to be fun, and ranking my way up through to get Legend again this month. And then I've been doing nothing but
What?
calculus problems.
Calculus
I'm brushing
problems.
up because I have some classes that are coming up that are pretty intense in calculus. So I've been doing nothing
I
but
do love
trigonometric integration and partial fraction decomposition integrations, stuff like that, and vector calculus.
and I can just feel our listeners.
You said nerdy. That
I
really,
was totally abused because,
I
in
know.
the last week, I've had to do some optimization problems on time decay, and I was just like, why don't we just integrate across the derivatives? And my friend's like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, seriously, the time decay model does this, and we just take this. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
But
Math nerds.
But
First true nerd.
That and Hearthstone.
Shut up, Ben.
What? It's nerdy nights.
No, I said
does
Ben.
not get more
I
nerdy
said
than
Ben.
that. I'm just saying.
I said Ben.
That's true.
He did say Ben. This
can just
is
see your
very
face.
true. You were getting all defensive, but he was talking to me.
All right. How about you, Ben?
So two things. I've been actually playing through Halo: The Master Chief Collection. I mentioned on last episode that I was going to start playing it, and now I have played through Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, and I've started Halo 4.
That's a lot of Halo.
And it is a lot of Halo, but I always loved those games, and replaying Halo 2 as the remastered, oh my god, it is amazing what they did to that game 10 years after the original release of it. Just the fact that they had an animation studio redo all of the cutscenes is just phenomenal. They had, what was it, Blur, the studio Blur, do all of those cutscenes, and they just looked fantastic. And Recruit, I am going to play ODST, but I've never played Halo 4, so I was just really excited to jump into Halo 4 as quickly as possible.
And by that he means replay the first three first.
Yep, as quickly as possible.
Yes.
As quickly.
And I replayed the first 3 in a week.
That's pretty quick.
I did that pretty quickly. And all on the heroic
I'm not
difficulty.
saying you have a
I might
life. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Actually, this is actually very difficult because the second thing that's been happening is, I think it was the second night that I was playing Halo a lot, I mentioned to Lee, hey, Rare Replay came out on Xbox One, and I know you said you really liked Viva Pinata. That's part of the Rare Replay, so for $30, you get both Viva Pinata games and a bunch of other games, like Conker's Bad Fur Day, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, all of these Rare games for $30.
Like he's just making things
Lee
up
just
now.
said
Banjo-Tooie.
Lee just said buy
Yeah.
it. Banjo-Tooie.
Got it, yes.
And ever since then, I have not been able to play any console after Lee has gotten home.
Yeah.
So from the time that Lee gets home to the time she goes to bed, she plays Viva Pinata. So last night she got home at about 7, played Viva Pinata until 9:30, and then I got to play some more.
I mean, this
Halo.
is definitely why we hear a lot of the times online our friends saying, "Oh yeah, I had to buy another console for my wife."
Yep.
Because I stopped being able to game.
Exactly.
The only issue with something like that, Sam, is there's only one TV.
I had to buy another TV for my wife.
But yeah, so I mean, it's a weird game. Have you guys ever played Viva?
I do not even know what it is.
Okay.
I randomly remember seeing very vivid green-colored boxes.
Okay. So let me give you the rundown on what Viva Pinata is. It's this game. You start out with this like completely beat up like plot of land that you turn into a garden, and as you start gardening, these wild pinatas come visit your garden, and you can tame these wild pinatas, and they become your garden animals.
Like species, but with pinatas.
Yeah. So like the first one that I saw was a worm pinata, and they have these silly names like, and the worm is Worm. So like they're all like candy like names. There's a bird that's called Sparrowmint. And things like that. There are all sorts of different animals. All sorts of different animals in it. And essentially, the more you cultivate your garden and the more species you get, the more of these wild pinatas.
You know what I just see in the background right now? Like, your wife in the next room being like, damn it, he's talking about the game. He's not letting me play right now. What?
That is actually exactly what happened. I told her, we're recording Nerdy Night Radio tonight, and she's like, I want to play Pinata. I'm like, yeah, you're going to have to wait until after we record. She said, record through your laptop. I'm like, no, that's not happening. So, don't think that wasn't something that actually happened, Sam.
I think it happened.
But no, it's the first time that I've really seen her want to play a video game so much that it's kind of fun to watch her play this game. So, I am not hating it at all. So let's get into topics for the night. As you noticed, we had a very Destiny themed opener. And yes, Recruit, you are absolutely right. It's not a game, it's a lifestyle choice. Sam, our opening today was very Destiny themed. Because I believe you had a very Destiny themed topic that you wanted to bring to the round table.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just wanted to talk about some of the new stuff that came out of Gamescom related to Destiny, and a lot of intricate details that have been not really, just a lot of details that have been released. And it's interesting because what really happened was my one of my coworkers sent me a link to like the Bungie or the IGN's Fire Team chat, where the guy sat down with definitely Deej and then like another, I think it was a designer. I don't remember the guy's name. Like, Deej is the face as far as I'm concerned. But they answered a lot of questions, and I think at the end of the day, like, it's really hard to remember as players that there's a group of people developing this who like all have a vested interest, and not just to like steal our money. And it was actually kind of cool to actually like put a face to that and realize, hey, yeah, some of the stuff they're doing really seems like they're fucking with us, but like they're not doing it just to fuck with us, which is cool. I don't know.
They're doing it to accidentally mess with us?
No, I mean, I think there's actual like issues that they want to address, but they literally just don't know how to. Like vault space, right? So one of the things that came out was
it's a physical limitation because of the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360.
So they're gonna try to like come up with some like crafty way to eliminate like reliance on vault as much as before, but it's not just like I'm gonna give you more vault space. And so I think that's kind of cool. Like they like now, instead of like having to dismantle all of the Beowulf shaders that you have, like once you get the shader, like it's in a shader pool, and then you can just like equip.
Same thing with the sigils.
So, for the emblems and now you like you pledge your allegiance to a faction instead of like
having to
needing to equip their emblem, and so now there's a bunch of like cool stuff that can just like happen on the side.
Well, then you heard about The ghost shaders are all
I just
want to
stats. I want to take a second. Yeah,
and then so is your.
I remember you telling me about that.
Your
that
Titan,
awesome.
Titan loincloth, your warlock grieving band, and your hunter really cool cloaks will all be will all actually have stats.
Real quick, I just want to welcome a couple people into the chat, Brony Beast and Gaming with Kaz, who was trying to show us the Viva Pinata song. And Kaz, I just want to say, I do have a Vita, and remote play is a thing that I do like to do, but sometimes it's just really fun to watch Viva Pinata. I like to give my wife a hard time sometimes. But no, I think it's brilliant that they're doing that thing with the shaders, where they're just all working, because that space of 9... What is it? 9?
Well, like 10, including the one you have equipped. But yeah,
9 because one is a no.
But
shader.
9 because there's and I'm sorry, I don't think you realize just how many shaders are sitting at the postmaster for me, because I'm just too lazy to delete shaders and do that kind of shit. It's like shaders and hunter cloaks. Like, my postmaster is just filled with them because I keep getting that stupid Kell Hunter's cloak from Prison of Elders, and just all of those random cloaks from Crucible. Which is why I'm taking a break from Destiny until Taken King comes out.
And that's everyone is at this point, right?
Yeah, and that's the other big part, right? They said, hey, your level 1, your year 1 gear doesn't follow you through.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was the point where everyone went and done until it releases.
Yeah. I mean, I think they made some good points where it's like, it's first of all, you don't know what level or what year 2 gear is going to be like, so maybe there's some stuff or perks or some features that you just are like, oh man, this is cool. And
we don't officially know the level cap
yet it's 40.
Either, do we?
So
it is 40.
And it's going to be your level. It goes to 40. And then I think they're getting rid of the light system completely.
No. So they clarified that.
Okay.
The light system will not factor into your level anymore, but they're not getting rid of it. But they also haven't said exactly what they're going to do with it.
Well, I know that they said your stats will now be broken down into seconds. So if you have a high discipline score, when you hover over your discipline score, it will now tell you how many seconds it will take for your grenade to recharge.
Yep. I mean,
and same thing for strength, same thing for intelligence. So you'll actually know exactly how long it's going to take for everything to recharge based on your thing. So rather than it be at 100%, I think if you stack intelligence, you're going to be able to keep reducing your super cooldown until it's going to keep going down, which is going to be pretty nice.
I have a feeling it's literally just going to go to the same point, though. You know what I mean? I feel like they're just mapping over the 100%. I could be wrong. I don't think they.
I'd like to see it not do that. I'd like to see it so you can stack stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of these changes, I think they're just good. They're good for the game. They did say your level now will impact where you start the new stuff. It's not like if you're starting a new character now, you you're out of luck as far as catching up. It won't be as much of a grind, but being level 34 matters, because you'll presumably start at 34 or some equivalent variant. Since
I swear to God, if they make you start all the way over again with things, that would be a.
Well, no, I mean that's what I mean. All expansions and every MMO, it's following that exact same formula as every other MMO expansion ever. We're raising the level cap. Every single thing that you currently have, other than for cosmetic stuff, is going to be useless within a level, 2 levels of where you're at. That's it. We're all level 20, so we've got 20 more levels to level for your characters.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And they already said that there are going to be white weapons that you're going to get that are going to outclass things that you currently have.
Yeah.
So nothing that we have. Your Fatebringer is going to be gone.
Yeah, which is a shame. I love that gun.
Which is that's the point. I think they were going to be able to rebalance everything now because they had a year for us to beta test for them. And now they went, oh, certain things are really, really good. So this is, and that's what most MMOs do. So this is a little too powerful. This is a little not. Let's fix it so that we don't have the same issues.
So then my question for you, what gun are you going to miss the most? Or do you think you're going to miss the most? Obviously, there's going to be plenty of things to replace the current weapons, but...
Well, if your exotics are coming with you, which is what they've been saying...
That makes sense. I'm talking about legendaries.
I mean, it's got to be Fatebringer.
I think every Fatebringer.
See, I'm going to miss my messenger.
Yeah.
I love that pulse rifle.
Yeah, but you've just got it, and you're only using it for PvP. For PvE, what are you going to miss the most? Really, the messenger is going to miss the most in PvE?
Nah, I mean, PvE, it'll probably be Fatebringer.
Okay, and PvP, it's got to be, it's...
Well, here's the other thing. You don't lose the messenger for PvP, right?
It's true,
you only lose it for Iron Banner and Trials.
Yeah.
No. You're going to lose it. Yeah, you're going to lose the messenger for PvP.
I guess if
are you kidding me?
If all of their stats are better? Yeah, okay.
No, it's going to be the base weapon damage. You're gaining 20 levels. It's not going to affect. They're not going to compete.
They've already said, because PvP doesn't scale based on attack damage number, it won't matter.
Really?
They've literally said, like, it's the same way now.
Well, I mean,
like,
it's just like how now a white weapon can do amazingly well.
PvP. It can't rock in Iron Banner or Trials, but in normal Crucible it can.
Yeah.
So they actually did address this directly. They're like, you can bring your Fatebringer to to Crucible, and we're like, yeah,
okay,
that's not happening. But yeah, we get the point.
Oh well, there you go then.
Yeah.
So as long as it doesn't actually matter, then you can use it.
Don't shoot the messenger, man. Sorry, I had to say it.
But when it matters, it's not,
Right.
Let's be honest. I mean, normal, just grinding Crucible, it's fun, but it doesn't, it's not going to get you anything.
Yep. No, I mean, I think they're making a lot of, like, good changes. I think it's hard.
I miss my LDR.
I'm mostly excited about the bounty slots being able to turn bounties in from the menu.
Yep.
Like that's
very good.
All great stuff.
That's awesome.
I'm actually the most excited about hearing Nolan North instead of Peter Dinklage.
Dude, Nolan North is amazing.
And then the changes they're doing with the strikes, where when you when you play a strike for the first time, it's going to tell you the story as you go, and then as you play it the second time. So if you're in a strike playlist, it's actually going to have more and more of the story revealed through him talking about different stuff, which is awesome. And then being able to tag people and single button push get a I don't know if it's going to pop up grimoire in game. Holy crap!
What? Why would they put the grimoire in the game?
I don't want story. Get that story out of here.
Yeah, that seems kind of crazy to me too.
But no,
so you know it's going to be, right? It's going to be like, oh my god, can we just skip this, please? Because it's just like every other MMO. No one actually reads any of this stuff.
Yeah.
After the first time, but everyone bitches if you can't skip it.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I mean, I think it's like it's cool, and some of the things they pointed out were like, we've got I think there's like 500 people now working on Destiny, and unlike other games, they don't fire all of their QA people at the end of this chunk of process. They've kept them on board, so they're more efficient at doing things. They play the game, they know the game. The thing I thought was really cool was they asked Deej tell me a cool year one story, and I guess the guy who does the voice for who's that? It's one of the Vanguard mentors, but it's not Gina Torres or Nathan Fillion.
Cade 6? No, that's Nathan Fillion.
That's Nathan Fillion. The Titan one is the one you're talking about.
The woman?
No, that's Gina Torres.
Yeah, and then
the black guy. I can't remember what his name was. I think it's Lance something. He played the guy on Fringe.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember. But they were telling a story about how apparently he actually played Destiny, and so Commander Zavala. That's the character.
Lance
name, right?
Reddick. That's his name.
So they were he apparently got on once and was hey, I want to do. I've never been in Vault of Glass. you want to like raid, and so like he raided with Deej and like a group of people just in vault. It was amazing. It was amazing. Could you imagine like playing with someone who like actually voiced the game,
and then having them be absolutely horrible, and you being like, "Oh my god,
I mean,
that's
that's like,
my mentor." I don't even understand.
let's be
He's
honest.
horrible.
That would be like playing with Deej, right? Like,
Yes, exactly. Well, but DJ didn't voice the person that's supposed to be like the ultimate. Like he's supposed to be like the Titan of Titans kind of guy. Like I mentor all the Titans. I don't know how to use the Defender bubble when I need to. Like
he was Blink Striker Titan. He knows how to do the
Blink
slam.
Striker Titan.
Make some bubbles.
Blink Striker Titan. I
That's-
like
Blink
that.
Striker? Did I say that?
You did.
Yes, you
Absolutely.
did.
Pretty soon
Whatever.
there's going to be the mini Thor Titans.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be so.
Do you think Mini
throw
Thor
some
Titan will
hammers.
have blink jump?
No.
No, they already listed everything for them now.
Oh, did they?
Oh, I didn't even read that. I was just like, no, they can't do it.
Hold on.
Well,
I'll pull it up.
it doesn't matter that much. Is there anything else we want to talk about with the Destiny stuff before we?
Destiny.
Oh, there's
stuff.
so much though.
There is so much. I mean, yeah,
There's a ton.
I mean,
The
I'm
different-
going through this like cool new Crucible modes. That's kind of nice.
Yep, a whole bunch of new maps. It's going to be. The point is, you could probably devote an entire show to just that,
Yeah,
which
I mean,
we
the
probably should
thing
do
is,
once the
Taken
Taken
King-
gets closer.
absolutely. Taken King is going to be. I mean, it's not Destiny 2, but it might as well be.
Yeah, that's basically what
with
it is.
with the amount of content that's coming out in it.
What and I think there's like small stuff that they're improving that I like. There's not going to be like Crucible and Vanguard marks. It's just going to be legendary marks.
Thank God.
It's not going to be Hadronic Essence, Sapphire Wire, and Plasteel plating. It's just going to be armor materials.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden I feel like everything that like kept players from playing multiple characters, it's no longer like a real excuse. And I think that is a good like design
Yeah.
mechanism.
Play
Right? 'Cause
one
they
of
did-
each class and for a reason now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see all
For
the
the story.
content. Fun, yeah.
Yep, exactly.
For the story. That's not something I ever thought I'd be saying about Destiny. Do this for the
Exactly.
story.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm gonna say it right now. I think my Dinklebot will be worth a lot of money. But eBay that shit.
eBay that shit.
Yes, but it's going to overact and be clueless.
No.
Well, now you can get it signed by Nolan North instead of Peter Dinklage. And
Yeah, because it technically is the Northbot.
Can I just get it signed by both of them?
Northbot. Yeah, I mean, that'd probably be even better.
Yeah.
So, let's move on to the next topic. I think, Chris, I'm going to start with my topic because I feel like mine will be a little shorter than yours.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris and I's topic kind of go together
Yeah.
pretty
They
well.
work.
My topic is movie theater etiquette. Okay? Because, you know what? The last 2 times Leah and I have gone to see a movie in theaters, we get there early. Like people who want certain seats, they get there early. We find our seats. I'm sure you guys know them. Most theaters have like that center row and or that center walkway, and then there's a bunch of seats in the front, and there's a bunch of seats towards the back.
Yep.
From that center walkway. In that center walkway are all of like the handicap spots, so like people can roll their wheelchairs in and all that. I'm a tall person, so I particularly like to sit behind where the wheelchairs go because it gives me a little extra leg room, which is very important for me in movie theaters because movie theater seats, for whatever reason, are really low and they make my knees hurt. Okay? This is a me problem, I know, but
So you
that's...
go to some old movie
I
theater.
thought Ben just wanted to show off his legs. Okay. I'll buy this reason.
But that's the reason we get there early, so we can get those nice seats that we like because they're more comfortable for me. And sure as shit, the last 2 times we've gone to the theaters, we've been there, like 15, 20 minutes, like before even credits start. Like we're usually like the first people in the theater, and we sit down, get comfortable, and then like as the actual movie like trailers are playing, and my theater doesn't play a lot of trailers before movies.
Okay.
People are walking up to us asking if we'd move. Like, move down one seat so that they can all sit with their group. Or, hey, could you please, just scoot one seat over or a couple seats over so that...
The theater's not full.
Yeah, and the theater's not full.
Oh, okay. I'm like, if the theater's full, then the etiquette is I'll move down
No.
so that two people can sit together. But not if the
I
theater's
disagree.
empty.
Even if the
Go find
theater is
another
fucking
place.
full, I got there first. I picked my seat. If you have a big group and you didn't get there early to get your group of seats, I'm sorry. You should have gotten there earlier. That is my honest to God.
If you're with a
opinion
big
on
group,
that.
yeah. But if you're a couple,
Yes, if you're the big group, that's always the people that come talk to us.
oh, okay.
When the woman asked us
Yeah.
to move over to closer to the side because
Oh yeah.
we wanted to sit more in the middle.
Yeah, and that was another thing that happened, where the movie was actually playing. We were seeing that Amy whatever, what is it, Trainwreck.
Oh, yeah.
And the movie had literally started. Like, Amy Schumer was on the screen doing her monologue thing, and the lady was asking us to move over a seat because she'd like to sit closer to the middle.
Okay, so like, here's my question.
Okay, that's different.
What happens like when you tell them no? Because I'm assuming you're telling them no.
Yes,
Going, huh?
absolutely. We are telling them no, and then they get like all huffy and frustrated. Like,
I went, huh?
yeah, Lee's response was just, "Huh?" It's like, I'm watching the movie here. What the fuck are you talking to me for?
See, like,
You are okay. You must be going to some theaters that are just behind the times.
I'm
theater-
gonna call shenanigans at this topic because this is not a movie theater etiquette topic. This
Yeah,
is
no.
just an etiquette topic.
So
Yeah.
I am
It's just like
getting
a
into
ghetto
movie
theater?
theater etiquette too. It's just this was something particularly that
Well,
bugged
Ben,
the shit out of
Have
me.
you they opened up a brand new theater right near my house with a new IMAX, everything. It's great.
Oh, good.
And the best part about it
assigned
is
seats.
that the problem that you're having is gone because everything is assigned seating.
So when we lived
because you-
in Sacramento, the IMAX theater that we went to had assigned seats, and you could choose your seats. So it's
Yeah.
like we bought tickets ahead of time, and we had assigned seats, and no one fucking asked us to move, unless
That's
we were sitting in
exactly
the
the
wrong
point.
seats.
I
It's
don't
done.
know why more movie theaters don't do this. Like,
don't
I will
either.
give you my money ahead of time to guarantee
that's what we do.
exactly where I
We
sit.
go and we have a big group, so we know we're going. We get on our phones, pull it up. Hey, look, there's the seats exactly that we want in the middle of the theater, and we're done. And it solves all those issues. And also, the seats on the newer theaters are great. So you need to go to a new movie theater. I think that's
Well, so
that's
the seats in our theaters are really good.
Oh, okay.
Like they're great, comfy seats, and I love the theater that we have. It's just the people that go to them that are fucking weird.
Well, you are in.
And it's like
Sacramento.
we're not going during like prime time movie going time. We're going on like Wednesday midday.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're just getting the
Where
crazy.
this kind of shit is happening.
So what
to
I'm
us.
hearing is Wednesday midday is when the crazies are there.
Yeah, exactly. I need to avoid that time in the movie theater. Is what you're
Then
telling
you
me.
just go during a regular time. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
Apparently, but it's really frustrating. And then the other big thing that's frustrating at movies all the time are people talking.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
can't
gonna
see
say
what you're
these.
showing. Oh yeah, phones too.
Phones are probably even worse because all of a sudden it's like you're sitting there and this giant beacon of light just erupts from the middle of the room, and it's like, the fuck are you doing? There's a brightness slider on your phone, right? It's like, if you have an iPhone, it's super easy. Drag up, slide left.
If you have an Android, it's easy. It's drag down and swipe to the left.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, the talking thing. I never understood the people who need an explanation from the person sitting next to them, and they ask it, and it's like the person is watching the movie exactly at the same time you are.
Yeah.
Why are you asking them what just happened? Or is that the person? Blah, 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 blah. And it's always, at least here in Orlando, it's usually in a different language, which to a point is okay. But at the same time, if you don't understand language, why did you pay $20 for this ticket?
Yeah.
Why? If you're not going to be able to understand the movie, this guy does not need to translate the whole freaking movie for you.
Let me tell you something. There is a nerdy knight who, every time I've gone to the movies with him, has done that thing where he leans over and goes, why is he doing this? It's like, dude, this is the first fucking time I've seen the movie.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Is he going to get away with it? I don't
know. I won't call him out on it, James.
Yeah. You didn't even have to say it. I knew it was.
So these are all things to avoid in movie theaters. Asking people to move for no real good reason, just to be rude. Putting your phone on at all once even the credits. Oh, I hate the people who think that the previews do not matter, and so that they can feel free to like roast a whole chicken.
Or do whatever they want. Yeah.
No, they roast a whole chicken, pull out their homemade popcorn and tinfoil, and start popping bubble wrap. They're tap dancing during the previews of like the movie that you movie previews now have production value. You know, they have them for a purpose. It's to get you excited to go see this movie, and yeah, it's just bad.
I like what Kaz is saying in the chat. He is saying that when you have that person that's asking you what's happening in the movie, just make shit up.
Yeah.
It's like,
just be like,
is he going to get away with it? Well, you see, he probably will up until the point of the magic unicorn tap dance.
Exactly. Or
and if they start looking at you like you're crazy, just be like, no.
Yeah.
No one messes with the crazy unicorn tap dance.
What do you? Okay, so if you have somebody that's in the theater, Ben, I got to find out from you. I'm sure you've had that before. What do you do if this is, say, all right? So this December, new Star Wars is coming out.
Fuck yeah, it is.
And you're going to be in the theater, and then right behind you, just loud enough to be in your ear the entire time, is a woman, and it's some little old lady or old, it doesn't matter, going, what is going on? And then her husband's like, the entire time. How long does it take for you to get up and get them? Or get somebody to get them out of there?
So...
Well, Star Wars, they might actually just get lynched for doing that, but like a normal movie.
No. So I know exactly what you're getting at there. I think, like, if it were just me, I would probably, depending on availability, just move. If it were just me.
Yeah.
But I feel like I get a lot angrier at movies when I go with other people.
Yeah.
Especially when I go with Lee, because it feels like every time I go with Lee, not because of Lee, but
it's always right behind her.
It's like there's
yeah,
right.
It's like because we're together at the movie, people decide that they're together, so they're probably going to be doing the same things we're going to be doing. So let's just be obnoxious. Yeah. Then I might probably it wouldn't take me long. I would probably in all honesty, for a movie like Star Wars, I would probably turn around and be like, look, it is fucking midnight. Okay?
This movie is like 30 years in the making.
This is the first time this movie has ever played in this theater ever. Probably in any theater in any nearby radius. I don't think your husband knows what's going on in the movie yet. Other than the fact that it's Star Wars and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So maybe you should just shut the fuck up.
There you go.
And watch the movie and find out for yourself what's going to happen.
I have a variant of that. Ben gets up, turns around, rips open his jacket to reveal the Batman logo before he says that. That's what I want to happen.
And I'll do it all in the Christian Bale, I'm Batman voice.
Oh my god!
Shut up.
Yeah.
So I because you've said this and we've gotten on this topic, I do have a question, and I'm torn about this because I'm thinking back to like when I went to see like episode 1 and when like the special edition first re-aired in theaters.
Yep.
do you really like that opening night atmosphere? Because to me, there are
For
definitely
Star
some
Wars,
parts.
yes.
Well, so and here's my thing with
And
Star Wars,
Avengers, stuff like that.
and I'm sure like dialogue doesn't matter that much in Star Wars, but what bugs me is when like something happens on screen and you get the loud cheering and like you just can't hear what they're
Completely
saying.
miss. That's why I'm planning on seeing it like 3 or 4 times. You know, like you've got to plan to see it multiple times. Because the opening night, it's about the atmosphere.
Exactly.
If you go opening night for a movie that big, like the last one that I went to that was that big of an opening, I think was actually Jurassic World. Was just a massive opening. I was there opening night, and it was the same thing. There was a couple of scenes where there was a laugh, and people, I mean, if you're going to laugh in a theater, laugh, and then shut the fuck up. It's so funny that you need to be like slapping your knee and being like, oh my God, did you hear what he said? It was the funniest thing. Why does it take you 30 freaking seconds to finish a laugh from something that was a little quip? Shut the fuck up. I want to hear what the woman said that's running around in high heels.
I agree with Chris wholeheartedly on this one. Typically, anytime Lee and I have gone to a big movie like that at midnight, we've always gone back and seen the movie in theaters a second time.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's... You go that first night for the atmosphere, and then you go the second time to actually watch the movie on Wednesday midday.
No, I'm going to start going Thursday midday. All the crazies have already gone.
What I'm hearing is I need to get my Force FX lightsaber before the opening showing, or else I will be left out.
Exactly.
Yes. I think pretty much everyone's going to have one in that theater that night.
Oh, absolutely.
So speaking of those type of movies.
Yeah. Let's move on to Chris's topic here.
Topic number 3.
Final topic of the night.
Why is it that video game movies are pretty much universally horrible if they're based off of a specific video game, but they're usually, up until Pixels at least, decent if they are just based on video game nostalgia?
Okay, you put a lot of ifs. So please give an example.
Let me give you some examples.
Sure.
So most video game movies, and I mean, let's just face it, they're bad as movies go. Yes. There are a few exceptions that are actually good movies, like Wreck-It Ralph was a good movie. A little slow near the end.
I've never seen that movie.
But it was a good, solid movie. Everyone liked it. It did well. And it was based more on video game nostalgia than a specific video game. Mm-hmm. But why is it, and I have an answer from me, but why is it, guys, that you think that every video game movie made is just, they're horrible?
Well, so my thought process behind that, especially for video games that are so story-driven, is that video games are meant as a completely different experience than a movie. I mean, you are the character in a video game. You know what I'm saying? You are actually pushing events in a game
first person as opposed to third person.
Exactly. Whereas in a movie, you're sitting and you're watching these events unfold. Now, granted, most video games it's pretty much a rail that you're going on, but you're still seeing how your actions affect everything. They are your actions. Whereas in a movie, it's someone else's actions. And I mean, I think that's really the main reason. And I think that's why movies based on books actually do fairly well, because books and movies are similar enough in the way they tell a story, whereas video games and movies, they're too drastically different.
See, and that's where, like, I think I don't know if it's just the ones that they're picking, but, like, to me, I almost feel like the exact opposite, is that, like, I would love, like, a Metal Gear Solid movie. Like,
why don't you just play Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah, that's the legitimate argument to that, is that, like, the game itself is very much like a movie. But, I mean, every video game has some level of storyline. That being said, like, when you choose something like Street Fighter, like, it can't be that interesting. Like, you know,
it was
one thing. The Mortal Kombat movie.
Now, the Mortal Kombat movie was good.
Yeah,
That's
Mortal
probably one of the
Kombat actually
best
wasn't that bad. I
Oh.
can't necessarily say the second one was that great.
Okay,
No, the
or
second is
third
one of
one.
the worst movies ever made from a video game. That's
But you
actually
know
a
what's-
great example.
What's even worse? Do you guys know the fighting game Dead or Alive, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know they made a movie, Dead or Alive, right?
great.
Yes,
Yes.
Holy crap.
it's horrible.
That was like hot, steamy garbage
Yep.
poured on like a boiling shit lava,
Yeah,
essentially.
and I
It
mean,
was
for me, what I'm really trying to get at too with the topic is, I mean, we all kind of agree. Like certain movies, like Resident Evil, good video game, good first movie. I don't want to know about any of the rest of them. Tomb Raider,
Yeah. Agreed.
good first movie. I mean, decent. I mean, not the best movie in terms of
no.
like it's not going to win an award, but it's a good video game movie. Mortal Kombat, Silent Hill. There's a list of them that are pretty decent movies that come from video games.
You know
Then
what?
there are ones that try too hard, and I think
Like
that's
Doom?
where the issues go.
I mean,
I think
I would love-
Doom was one of those movies
Doom,
that tried too hard.
Mario Brothers, the movie.
Oh, I forgot about Mario Brothers the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
how could you forget?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I mean, I think there's been entire articles online devoted to how horrible
Right.
that movie is. But
So
yeah.
wait. So we're at the end of 2016. We're getting an Assassin's Creed movie.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
Michael
what I was going to say.
Fassbender is
There's
doing
a couple
one.
coming up, and I was kind of curious because what we have is Pixels just came out, and it has been panned, and I don't know if you've read any of the reviews, as one of the worst movies like ever made. It's horrible, and it's Adam Sandler destroying what was an amazing short movie. If you've ever watched the Pixels short, if you haven't, watch it. You will love it, and then go watch the Pixels movie, illegally download it or whatever.
Is the
because
Pixels
don't pay-
short the one?
Pac-Man
It's
is
not-
eating the town, and Galaga comes in, and everything's turning into video game
Okay,
like
yeah.
pixels. Yeah.
Yeah.
And technically, I know from whoever the nerds are out there, they're not called pixels because they're in 3 dimensions, but we'll call them pixels. The short is amazing, and they made the movie based directly on it, and that's I think where everything falls apart, because when you have movies that are good, they don't follow a specific video game. They're set in that video game world with its own story.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? It might use some of the characters, but every one of them that seems to be good wasn't like a direct rip from it.
Well,
And that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, the ones that do it right, they're not trying to be the exact same story
Yes.
as the game.
I think to that
Starbound.
point, like my theory is just that fans ruin everything. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the fact of the matter is you've got people who are like, oh, well, I need to make this movie so it appeals to the fan base, and it's like, no, like who cares? Like
You can
this
put
is
nods in it, but yeah, nods to stuff that are coming,
Yeah.
but yeah.
well, I know like this was something we talked about before, but like the first Hitman movie was the worst piece of shit ever, and I don't get it.
Okay,
It's a
I don't know if
movie
I'd
about a
call
guy.
it the worst.
it wasn't
piece of
the
shit ever.
worst piece of
Okay,
shit, but
sorry.
it was pretty bad.
Because
Sorry.
I did at least kind of enjoy it at times.
I mean,
Okay.
here's the thing. Like,
Yeah, exactly, Ben. I
okay,
agree with
first
you.
of all, like it's not like Transporter is better. If I was going to watch a movie like that, I
Yes,
would just
Transporter.
watch Transporter.
I was going to say Hitman was basically Transporter with a guy with a barcode tattoo.
Yeah, and the
And,
thing
and
is,
I
like,
agree. Transporter was better. The new one coming up looks to have remedied a lot of that by the previews and the it's coming out this month, so we'll have to see if I'm going to eat my words
Oh,
here.
wow,
but,
that's already coming out?
oh
yeah, it comes out like on the 21st. It comes out in 11
Holy
days.
crap.
But
Kaz, we're going to talk about the movies that you've listed here, too, just to let you know, but I
but
didn't
yeah,
want to talk about
so
that.
it looks pretty decent, and to have solved a lot of the issues that they had with that first one, which looks good. And
Yeah.
he's actually a clone. He's not like a kidnapped child for some strange reason. Like if you played the Hitman, I hate when they do that to video game movies. Ugh, or video games. Let's completely change the premise, but call it the same thing. Oh, and I can't read the chat. I'm not in there, but if he didn't mention like Wing Commander, horrible.
He didn't.
some other stuff. There's so many movies that you could just go on and on.
Oh yeah.
No, he's talking about some movies that are coming out, and he's specifically pointing out the Sony ones, like Sly Cooper, which
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I think. I think Sly Cooper will be a fairly large success. It's going to be an animated movie.
Animated, yeah.
They're
exactly.
using the same voices as in the video game.
They're not having Adam Sandler play Sly Cooper and just put a little bandana on him and have him run around with a cane and be like, "Look at me, I'm Sly Cooper." No?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do think that Sly Cooper will be a success as long as they market it as a kids movie.
Ratchet and Clank, same thing.
Yeah,
Going to
exactly.
be animated, and I mean that is satirical the entire time. Like playing the games, you enjoy it. I don't understand what they're doing with Angry Birds and how that's becoming a movie, but
Well, the other one that Kaz brings up in the chat is the Uncharted movies. Which
Oh, yeah.
This is a game where I'm saying, look, the game is already incredibly cinematic.
yep. Why does it need a movie?
You can literally go into the extras of the game
And just watch it.
only
as a
watch
movie.
the cutscenes.
Yeah, it's when they translate it into the mainstream, it's just going to be Indiana Jones,
That's exactly what's going to happen.
and which is great to play as a video game, but to make it in a movie, if it comes out anywhere near the fact that they're redoing Indiana Jones, they are relaunching that, and it's probably going to have what's his name, Chris. Help me out here. He was just in Jurassic World.
Oh, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Pratt.
Probably going to be Indiana Jones. That's all the rumors. So if that movie comes out anywhere near that, it's going to butt heads and everyone's going to hate Uncharted.
Oh, absolutely.
So
No,
Assassin's Creed, who knows? Warcraft looks interesting as all heck.
So Assassin's Creed, I think, is a movie that could succeed just for the sheer fact that Assassin's Creed goes into so many different storylines and eras that as long as they don't touch what's already been made and they tell a separate story,
Oh, wow.
just something with
It's supposed to star Michael
the guild?
Fassbender.
Because Michael Fassbender is also, I think, directing it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'll give that one. That's right there. Just say Michael Fassbender, and that's going to succeed based on that.
Yeah.
Well, and this is the thing. Like, I hadn't really played a ton of Assassin's Creed until I was at Chris's house. We were playing like Black Flag, and I was like, I'm playing through all of this. And Chris was like, No, I want to play some
in
of it.
4 days, we played the entire game.
And then
all of the game.
I loved Black Flag.
Well,
Yeah.
the best part is like Chris is like, oh, like here's all this backstory and here's all this stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's really cool. Like I didn't even like pick up on some of that the first time I played the other games. And
There's
to
so
me,
much
it's
stuff
like,
to read.
yeah, like the backstory and everything else that's integrated in like actually to me now makes the game more interesting.
Yeah. It's
and
gonna
so
be good.
yeah,
What Kaz is
I-
saying is maybe for Assassin's Creed have the movie do more of the modern day story stuff. Which, I mean, I could even see that working, especially since like the Desmond story stuff is really incredibly interesting, and they could do a whole movie on Subject 13, the subject before Desmond.
Before
Like,
him.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
it
I think that has so those have potential. As long as they're done right, which is what we're all saying, is do not just try to pick it up.
Yeah.
And then there are ones coming out that look like they're going to be flops, and you just have to wonder why somebody would make them.
Yeah.
Other than a cash grab, like Dead Island.
Oh, I
Really?
didn't even know they were making a Dead Island.
I mean,
movie.
come on.
Temple
the
Run.
Resident Evil
Temple Run.
Splinter Cell is coming out in 2017.
just watch.
So-
Temple Run ends up being good because like the game is so basic, it has no story to it that they have to come up with something different.
Well, at least so they're getting better because you have Tom Hardy playing Sam Fisher for the Splinter Cell movie.
Yeah, but that's rumored. That's not 100%.
Is that a rumor?
Yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think of? But anyhow, so that's kind of my thought. I just wanted to talk about some of the ones that were coming up.
While we're on this subject though, and I'm gonna go into a little bit of fanboyism here, but I think Halo does it pretty well also, because they have so much supplementary stuff that you can go into the Halo universe. They've got books, comics, they've had animes, and I mean, even Nightfall, while was not the best content ever, was really good, and it's bridging the gap between Halo 4 and Halo 5. And I think doing things like that is smarter. Like, just do like shows. And do mini-series. Not shows, but like mini-series like that. That I could see working better for things like that. But that's just me.
Yeah. I will say that the new
and Forward Unto Dawn. Halo Forward Unto Dawn was awesome.
Agent 47 coming out does look to have been better than what it could have been. It's an unknown as Agent 47. Thank God. You do know who was originally supposed to star.
I don't.
Was it the one everyone would assume it would be?
No. The original Agent 47 is no longer with us, unfortunately. Paul Walker.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a
See, but here's
really
the thing.
Too soon.
One of my biggest
honestly,
guilty pleasures ever are the Fast and Furious movies, so I probably would have been all down for Paul Walker.
You would have been happy with
Agent
Paul
47.
Walker playing Agent 47?
No. I like the movies too, but no.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, really, the guy they got to play it in the first movie was a perfect Agent 47. He had the look and everything. But then, everything else was horrible.
Yeah. No, I thought Timothy Oliphant was a good Agent 47. I am excited. This guy looks awesome. And I'm also a huge fan of Zachary Quinto.
Zachary Quinto, is the bad guy.
I'm really excited about seeing him in a movie.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
I hope.
Hopefully. When does that comes out this month, you said?
The 21st.
In 11 days. 21st.
Jesus. I'm going to have to see that. I mean...
He's like,
that's a weird date. Oh, no, it's a weekend.
What's a Friday? Yeah, this year is crazy for movies. There's way too much coming out.
Next year, we talked about a lot of superhero movies last week, so now we're talking about video game movies. It's great.
Well, I mean, okay, but honestly, I don't know, neither of you have really played it, but the Warcraft movie is going to be big.
Yeah.
And that's coming out next June. And, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to coincide. I think they're going to have a new expansion coming out at the same time. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right.
It looks good though. If you saw the sneak peek for it?
Can we talk about the biggest flop last week?
Which one?
Oh, Fantastic
Four.
We talked about.
Oh, you mean the why don't I have genitalia Hulk, or the in pants? Why does the thing not have pants?
I like how the day the movie came out, the director came out and said, "I'm sorry, this movie wasn't as good as I wanted it to be." He goes,
"It was not my fault. I promise. I tried to do better."
This was before I'd even read any reviews. I wake up in the morning, I look at Twitter, and the first thing I see is director for Fantastic Four apologizes for Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, and then the actor that they got to play Mr. Fantastic, Miles Teller, he looks like he looks like he has no chin and the personality of a sea slug. Like he just he's just everything drains down. There's nothing stoic about him. He doesn't look particularly intelligent. He doesn't have a good look at all
and
for
he doesn't
that
look
role.
Old enough.
He doesn't look like looks like somebody. I've heard this.
That's what bothers me.
He looks like somebody said you should be a movie star, and he was just like maybe, and then no one told him no, you really shouldn't be, and he keeps getting roles. He's not that good, and he should not have that role. And then Kate, the whole casting is horrible.
Before I'm gonna wrap us up. Before we finish up, though, I do want to mention that again we are doing Extra Life this year.
Yay!
Super excited. November 7th, we actually have a venue. If you're in the Bay Area, we're going to be having a big live show, playing lots of board games, card games, a whole bunch of games in general. So if you're in the Bay Area, it's at a place called D20 Games in Alameda, California. And it's going to start at 6 a.m. Pacific time and go until 6 a.m. Pacific time. It's going to be a freaking blast.
I'm gonna sleep now.
What?
I'm going to sleep now, so I'll be ready.
Yeah. Perfect. And one of the things I'm most excited that we've got is I am giving away a PlayStation 1 that is signed by the people over at Kinda Funny Games. So a bunch of ex-IGN people along with some current IGN people. That's November 7th, 2015. And the signatures on it, I've got Greg Miller, Colin Moriarty, Tim Geddes, Nick Scarpino, Andrew Goldfarb, and Marty Sleeva's signature, all on that PlayStation. And all you have to do to get a chance to win said PlayStation is donate $5 to our Extra Life team, which you can find at nkrn.org/extra life. And yeah, you can, every $5 donation you make, I'll give you a ticket, and on the day of the event, I'll use a random number generator, pull a name out of the hat, and that will be the person who gets the console, and I will mail it to you myself.
What if the guy's in person? You gotta mail it too?
If the guy's there in person, I'll hand it right over to him and shake his hand. Best thing about this PS1, it works. It has all the cables, it has a controller, and it's working. PSX. Sorry. But thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for downloading on iTunes. Remember, you can download us, subscribe to us on iTunes, which is great. You can watch us on YouTube a couple days after we record this at youtube.com/ridiculousprod. And then, of course, you can catch the show live every Monday at 7:30 Pacific time on Twitch at, again, front page of nkrn.org. You'll be able to find all of this stuff. Follow us all on Twitter. I am at BeRidiculous on Twitter. Sam is DJ Fluffkins. Chris has like 5 different Twitter names, and I don't know which one's the right one. So I'm going to let him tell you.
It's not Talon333, ironically.
It's for right now, it's C. Bonani. So good luck spelling it.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
3 Eds. It's a random order.
There's vowels, the letter N, and a B to start with. Have fun figuring it out.
And then, of course, you can follow the podcast at nerdy_nights. Guys, thank you so much again for joining us. It's been a blast. Big thank you to the Twitch chat for participating tonight. Have a wonderful nerdy night, and we will see you later on this week for Nightly Night.